Hello sexy bum, it's Ainsley here, your life transformation coach for Daily Adventure Fest. So today or this morning I got really jealous over something. A friend posted up a video of a chick that does what I do and I got really jealous. My inner 16-year-old little bitch came out and I started picking it apart. I started going like, well, it's a bit showy, it's a bit much. Oh, look at her outfit. Oh, she's too skinny. That came out. And it was really interesting. And I had to be honest with myself. I had to check in, go, Ains, why? What's going on here? And, I mean, I knew the answer. I felt threatened. But the whole thing of it is it's completely illogical to feel that way. And after that, I was like, okay, just chill the fuck out. It doesn't really matter what anyone else is doing, as long as you're helping the people that you resonate with the most. And, you know, I prefer to be real anyway. So the lesson for today, when something or someone triggers you, that's about you. That's not about them. That's about what's coming up in you, what that person is doing, and what emotions and feelings that it's bringing up in you. Now, it could be a feeling of inadequacy. It could be a feeling of jealousy or envy, or it goes against your values and what you think is right. So many different reasons. And when this comes up, you need to find out which one it is, because otherwise, if you keep living your life doing this when someone is doing better than you, as you perceive to be better than you, I don't know, she could be flat broke for all I know. That'd be good. Stop it, Ains. No, but I'm just cracking myself up here. But if someone triggers you, that is all about you. That's all about your own inadequacies and how you feel about yourself. And the best way to overcome this stuff, and build your self-confidence, is by just accepting that that's the way that they are. Because this whole comparisonitis thing, it only hurts you. I've actually spoken to a few people in the last week, really, and a lot of it is very much about, and I've totally forgotten the point. Hang on, I'm going to pause. Oh, that was it. And like of their daydreams, and they were big daydreamers, and they felt like that they well, it was making them depressed. And if you're a big dreamer, then you will get feelings of inadequacy if you don't have it, because what happens is that in your head you daydream about stuff, but then you crash back down to reality and realize that, you know, you're still in your little boxy unit, or you've got a shitty car, or you're in the job you hate, or don't have the body you want, or anything like that. Now, it's great to aspire to these things, okay? It's important, because you need to shift your focus here. This isn't about changing the actual thing. Like, it's not about losing weight or anything like that. It's about shifting your perspective on people who are where you are, or where you want to be, sorry. And looking at them in more of a, wow, that's cool, what inspiration can I get from this person? And I did. I ended up just swallowing my ego and saying, okay, well, what can I learn from her? And I watched a couple of videos and I thought, yeah, that's really cool. Like, I like that her way of doing things, or saying things, or describing things. And so I was able to turn it into a positive. And so if you can do that, or not if you can do that, when you do that, things will start to transform, because then you're looking at it through a lens of, I can do that. I could be like that. Like, I remember sitting at a Tony Robbins thing, and he was standing right in front of me. This guy's huge. If he fell over, he would have fell over onto the Sydney Harbour Bridge. He was that big. And I looked at him and I thought, there is nothing between you and me. I could totally do what you do. And I believe that. I still believe that in myself. Like, I do love speaking. I don't know how far I'd take it. Who knows? I'm actually very open to it, because I can do it. I've got no problems with speaking in front of crowds or groups. But yeah, it's just a matter of let's just see where this stuff takes me. I've got goals and I've got clarity and I've got plans, but there are certain things that I'm like, I've put it out into the ether, out into the quantum field, if you want to call it that, that I know I'll get eventually. Anyway, I digress. And so when you start looking at people in a more kind of what can I learn from this person way, then you're going to pick up some really, really cool shit and some ideas that are going to help shape and form who you are. In that case, I picked up some like good design tips and whatever else. Like the camera work was really fancy. The way she presented was very like, and you know, I like being excited, but the whole over the top thing, I want to be real, you know. I still want to tell you that I fuck up every day and do stupid things because I'm human. So I don't want to hide that stuff, because then if people see me do that, then they're going to judge me, when I'd rather them just judge me anyway, and then we're done with it. So that's the lesson here. Okay, stop hating on other people for doing the things that you want to do, because it's not, of course it's not going to be in line with how you're going to do it. Like, this chick isn't in line with how I do it, but I've picked up some good stuff. And it's the same thing, like in your case, you're always going to add your own flavour to it, so you're not going to like what everyone does, but appreciate them for doing what they're doing. And the more you kind of align yourself in a more agreeable way with that, the more likely you are to get it, as opposed to hating on people that are doing better than you. For you to, when you hate on people that are doing better than you, you actually take a step down in the ladder of life, the ladder of success. You do. You go down a rung because your negativity is pulling you away from that thing. Whereas when you're positive, when you're like, you know, looking at people like Tony Robbins going, I can do that, or whatever, looking at someone with a hot body, or someone with a great relationship, or the career you want, or the business, or the money, or the car, or whatever, when you look at those people and go, I can do that, and you start believing it, then you will. You'll get there. You just have to do the work in between getting it and now. So that's it for today. Now, if you want me to help you do that, if you want to work with me, all you need to do is go to ainsleyem.com and book a My Fantasy Life planning session. So what we do in this planning session, for 30 minutes, we will go through what your pain is. We will go through what you want, like your big, ridiculous desires. None of this boring, I just want to be happy, generic shit. Fuck that. Okay, you can be happy, but we need details. So we get right into the nitty-gritty detail of what you want. And then we figure out the gap. We figure out, well, okay, well, what's going on here? And then, if you want to work with me further, then I'll invite you into whatever option suits you best. Or, if you want to do it all on your own, you can just go to ainsleyem.com again, the website, and get your My Fantasy Life Starter Pack. So in there's videos, there's audios, there's a planner, worksheets, everything you need to help you get real clarity around what you want, so that you can stop hating on other people because they have it. So, I want you to get out here and play to this white wall because the world is waiting.